Alright, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be taking off my tires off the 2021 Road Glide Limited. It's time for a rear tire. Front tire still has life to it, but it's kind of worn a little bit flat in the center. So I'm just going to replace them both, with a whole new set. It's the first time for me to doing this on the bike. New experience for me, so hopefully everything goes well. Well, helped my brother put his tires on, so his wheel hasn't fallen off yet, but mine's a little different story.
Yeah, yours will fall off.
Anyway, I'll be back when I'm set up. Okay, I've taken the saddlebags off on both sides. Just have them set over there. Next thing you got to do is take off, because we're going to be taking off the rear tire, you got to take off this side panel. And all you really got to do, these are just held on by rubber grommets. I think you just need to pop them out. Here we go. There. Should pop right out. All right, when you're taking off the rear tire, instructions say to take off your slip-ons so you can get the access to the axle nuts and stuff like that. The cheat way is to take off the bolts, the hanger, and that'll give you just enough room to wiggle the exhaust so you can slide in between your saddlebag bar and your exhaust to get these off. So the next step I'm going to do is take off these, loosen these up a little bit. All right, and I think I'm not sure what they are, 9/16 maybe. I'll let you know. Okay, they're a half. Just little bolts. Take them off on both sides. Okay. All right. I got the jack on underneath the bike, and I have it just jacked up just a little bit to take the weight off the shock here. Take out the shock bolt, bottom bolt, the 19 millimeter, and take it out on both sides. All right. Next step is to take out these two Allen bolts out of the brake caliper. They're 8 millimeter. All right, the two bolts are out. Next thing is to take your safety clip off your axle. Just use a flathead screwdriver, twist it up. Boom, out. Okay, right here, I don't know if you can see, there's a little plastic clip here if you have ABS. You got the ABS line here and your hose. There's a little plastic clip you want to take off. Oop. Dropped it. Okay. Little plastic clip. All right, so the next step is to lower the bike so the axle nut will be raised above the exhaust so you can get to it. We're going to lower the bike down a little bit. Also, there's a little indentation on your frame here. Take a marker and mark each side of it. And that's for where your belt is. So when you put the axle back in, you tighten it up to those marks and you don't have to adjust your belt. All right, so now I should be able to take off the axle nut. All right, so take a 36 millimeter and take your axle nut off. Hopefully. Ready?
You going the right way?
Yes.
Sure.
Yep.
Positive?
Gonna need a breaker bar. All All right, we got the breaker bar. There we go.
Careful.
Okay, yeah, I don't care. Ready?
Don't hold too hard. I can think.
Oh, there we go.
Got it? There you go.
Okay. Loosened up. Should be able to come right out.
Good enough?
Yep. All right. Axle nut off. Okay, next, just grab some kind of bag. A lot of people use Crown Royal bags. Take your caliper off. Put it in a bag. And just set it there.
Distracted.
Okay, so next thing is tap your axle out a little bit till it's flush, I think.
Yeah, you can just keep going if you want.
Okay, let me just, all right, on this side here, you got a little bit of wiggle room, and you want to slide the axle in between this saddlebag bar and the exhaust. So go ahead, wiggle it out. Do I need to
No.
hold it out? Oh, yep.
Now
So,
you do
yeah.
need to
So,
raise up.
all right.
Give her one crank.
We're going up?
Yeah, going up. One crank up. One more. Oh, a little bit more. I need just a little bit more. A little more. A little more. A little more. A little more. I gotta get just a hair more. Okay, I'm out. I'm through.
Okay. Okay.
Because I was
Yep.
going underneath the bar here. See?
All right, so you just pull this out. Be careful, there's a spacer on the inside.
Hey, I'm gonna use a smidgen of your 2050 here. Hear me?
All right, here's the axle. Just clean it all off, get all the old stuff off of there, anti-seize, and just set that aside. All right, so now you can take your spacer out. Okay, yep, got a spacer, set that aside, and you can take your belt off. Okay, belt's off. All right, so on this side, you can take off this, just the brake caliper mount. All right, has a little slide there. The brake caliper mount has a little slide that slides right on the frame here. And then also your sensor for your ABS. And just hang that off to the side. So now I'm just going to jack the bike up a little bit just so I can get this shock bolt back in, just hand tight a little bit, so and then we can take the tire out.
Hold the axle up this time.
Yep. All right, so now we're just going to try to get the tire out. All right, so you don't need to jack it all the way up. You just need to jack it up so high, then you can slide the tire out. Hopefully. Of course, I'm weak in the tires.
It'd be easier than when you're messing with her like this.
Huh?
Just jack her straight up.
I got it.
Hmm?
Got her. Come back.
Okay.
All right. Rear tire's off. You can take this out. Boom. Take your isolator out. Jesus. Okay. Just check your isolator for any cracks or anything. Looks good. Now for the front tire. First thing to do is to take a 24 millimeter and take off the axle nut.
Yeah. What?
Yep. Okay.
I was just checking it.
All right. Axle nut and a washer. All right, next step is to take a 10 millimeter 12 point only socket. You have to have a 12 point only. Take off these 2 bolts of your brake caliper. Now before you take off this last bolt, hold on to your caliper because you don't want it to fall down and hit your fender. Okay. Now there's a little bracket here for ABS. So kind of slide your caliper down. And twist out. And take a Crown Royal bag or whatever. I have sleep apnea, so this is like one of my old sleep apnea bags. Twist it up and let it hang there, all right? So you just put your Crown Royal bag or whatever bag and just set it on there and just let it hang there all right? Now take the caliper off on the other side, just like the same way you did here. And on this side, there's a pinch bolt right here. 6 millimeter. All you gotta do is just loosen it up. You don't gotta take it all the way out. So all we gotta do now is support the wheel, hit the axle on the other side. Slide the axle out. Now you're gonna have spacers. Well, I don't have the bike up high enough to drop the tire down. So, oh, wait a minute, hold on, Eric. All right, well, I got the 1 spacer, okay?
I already loosened my side.
Yep,
so.
1 spacer out. And as you can see, they got little grooves, I don't know if you can see, grooves in it. The grooves go on the outside. So grooves go on the outside. All right, let me see if I get the other spacer out. Oh, it's out, it fell out. The other spacer is your ABS. Jacking it up a little bit so we can get it out.
You should be. Right? Or you want more?
Oh, more. More. All right, let's see. Okay, got it.
Huh?
Yeah. All right, that tire's out. All right, so the front tire's out. Now I'm just gonna lower the jack down.
Yeah.
What? Huh?
You could just tighten it like this if you want. She's pretty balanced.
Well, I'm gonna drop her. Well, no, I'm gonna drop her down to the. She's not in the latch.
Oh, drop her into all that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna lower the bike down till she's in the latch, and then I'm gonna take the tires to the shop to have them mount new ones on, and then we'll be back once that's taken care of.
3 days later.
All right, it's a couple days later. You know, I had things to do, work and stuff, but anyway, I'm back and I have my new tires on. Dunlop American Elites. Okay, now it's time to put the tires back on. All right, the first step to do is to clean all your axles and lube it up with anti-seize. Make sure you don't get anything on the threads, just put it on the shaft itself. And clean up your spacer and just wipe the surface dust off your bearings. And then we'll get ready to put this together. All right. So the first thing is to put your spacer in, make sure your tire rotation is going the right way. Put your spacer in. The lines are always facing out on your spacer. Facing out. All right, slide your axle in with your spacer, and then we'll try to get the other, your sensor on, your ABS sensor on the other side. There, got it on. So the axle's in. The next thing you want to do, put your washer and your nut on. And if you have ABS, make sure you take your sensor. And I don't know if you can see here. Let me move the camera. Make sure you take your sensor and you flip it up till it hit your fork. And also on the other side, you got a hole here on your axle. That's to stick a screwdriver in or something to hold it. Preferably have the hole go straight across, because if you use axle nut covers, you'll usually have a screw on the bottom, so you want something to screw onto. So always have it go straight across. Let's have something there, all right? And then torque it down to 70 foot-pounds.
Go.
Huh, Jesus. Okay. Okay. All right. Next is put your brake calipers back on. All right. So let's take our brake caliper out of our bag. Brake pads look good. All right. So what you want to do is try to get it in there, twist, and there we go. Get them up there. Pretty sure it goes like this. Caliper on the inside, and these in your ABS bracket. Just try to get these in by hand first. 35 foot-pounds. Okay, torque them down to 35 foot-pounds. Okay. Do the same to the other side. Next is to torque down, tighten up your pinch bolt, your front pinch bolt, 20 foot-pounds. That's it. Make sure your wheel spins freely. All right, front's on. Then we're going to work on the rear. All right, the first step on the rear tire is to put your rubber isolator back in your belt. So it just goes like this. Okay. Make sure you clean up all your, same thing I did on the front, clean up all the dirt. And let's see. Oh, it's like, just needs to go in there, right? Yeah. Just like that. There. All right. And then slide your wheel back underneath and get ready to lower it down a little bit. I got the tire in there. All right, so put the axle in, lower the bike down a little bit, and put it just on the other side of the bar until the end of the axle pops through. Just barely pops through to here on this side. Okay. All right, the next thing to do is take your caliper bracket, slide your caliper bracket on. There we go. Okay. Okay. You slide your ABS in between the wheel and your caliper bracket. Then you can throw on your brake pads, all right? And then you can put on your washer. Got a flat spot on it.
Okay.
And I think your axle nut.
You all good?
Nope, well, I'm gonna need you to torque,
Oh, you're gonna turn it right now? Okay.
I think. So hold on. All right, so first we just need to put the nut on, and we'll do 20 foot-pounds. All right. Now we just gotta raise the bike to get the shock on. Ready?
Yep. Go over.
Okay.
That's actually pretty good.
Okay. Jack up the bike to get it off the ground.
Yeah, it's off the ground. It's off the ground.
Good.
Is he just lining up the lines?
Now we just move this.
I just,
I don't know if this is gonna.
you're off just a little bit here, Phil.
What do you mean?
Huh?
What do you mean?
Your lines, you could go up just a hair more on this side, but.
I think
Or did you just not line up?
I might have not, because this one's like down too far too on this one.
You just need to go a little more. How's that look?
Yep. Does it look good?
It looks good on my side. Double check.
Yeah, because I went, you know.
I think it looks, I think you got it pretty good now.
Okay.
Pull that.
All right, so lower the bike back down so we can take the shock off again. So just lower it just enough to get the weight off the tire on the ground. Okay. Move that out of the way.
Is that far enough down for you to get the socket on too?
No.
No?
And then we got to jack the bike up to get the socket on.
Oh, you got to bring it back up.
Okay? All right, lower the bike down on that, not jack it up.
Ooh, I'm gonna worry. More.
A little bit, just a little bit more. All right?
That's a lot.
Okay. All right, so now 135 foot-pounds. Torque that down.
Hang on, man.
And you're gonna need a big wrench. This is a 36 millimeter. And you need a 36 millimeter wrench on the other side, right? So torque it down to 135 foot-pounds. You have another person on the other side. Hold it so they don't move.
Yep.
So he marks. All right.
Hang on a second. I'm trying to get it at the perfect.
Okay.
All right, that's good.
Ready?
I'm gonna get spot.
All right. Hold up. Okay, put our safety clip in. All right, put your caliper bolts in. They're hand tight. Make sure your plastic clip's back on. All right. 45. 45. 45. 45. All right. All right, so I'll put the shocks back on and tighten both sides up to 65 foot-pounds. Ready?
Yeah.
That's it?
Jesus.
Okay. All right, so the last thing to do is to jack it up and make sure the tire spins good.
You're off the ground.
Okay. Just give it a spin to make sure. Look all right over there.
Looks fine to me.
All right. And then, all right, so then you can take all your belt, all your straps off, and you can lower your bike down, and then we'll put the bike back together. Next is to put your motorcycle hangers back on, I mean your exhaust, motorcycle. Next is to put your exhaust hangers back on. On both sides. All right, bike's all cleaned, well, not all cleaned up, but put back together. Put the saddlebags back on, put the side panel back on, and clean up the exhaust where I had some NICs on the exhaust there. So we'll see. Everything's all buttoned up. I'm done for today, so I'll take it for a ride maybe tomorrow when it's supposed to be nice, tomorrow evening. All right, so that's my video on taking off the rear and front tire on a 2021 Harley Davidson Road Glide Limited. First time doing it, and it's kind of a pain to do it and record at the same time. So, but anyway, brand new fucking Dunlop American Elites on there. I'm ready to go for the season. Am I gonna do this again with the tires? I don't know. I may just bring it to a shop because jacking it up and stuff, playing around with the rear tires is a little bit of a pain for me, but I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, that's my video on that. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell so you're notified when I put out new videos. Give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment below. What do you think? Did I do everything correct? I was watching videos, and some videos say different torque specs than each other. Then I downloaded the book, the service manual, and I got the torque specs from there. So I did what the service manual said. Other people say other torque specs, so we'll see. And like I said, maybe tomorrow I'll go for a test ride and see if the tire falls off. But anyway, leave a comment. Did I do it correctly? Did I do it wrong? Do you do your own tires? Have you ever done them and then said, screw it, I'm not going to do them again? I think I may just take it to the shop from now on, but it took me a while, working and stuff. But anyway, that's the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.